Hi, everybody. It's Penny Kittle, and I am here with a new board member, Nawal Qarooni, who is coming to us with such a knowledge of community partnerships. And we are so grateful that you're joining the board of the Book Love Foundation. And I thought I would just love to roll out for all the people on our Mighty Networks page, which is up to almost 1,600 teachers, what kinds of things you do in community partnerships. Talk about your work.
Well, thank you so much for welcoming me. I love the Book Love Foundation, so I'm just happy to be a part of it. A lot of the work that I do is with schools and administrators and districts and teachers, thinking about the ways that we can invite and honor families, not just as partners when it comes to this is what you can do for your child, but more what kinds of literacy experiences are you already and authentically doing, and how can that elevate what we do in the classroom? So part of that has to do with oral storytelling, and part of that has to do with, of course, going to libraries and but more it has to do with the natural things that like families and caregivers do, like when we visit sites or when we're taking road trips or when we're watching a movie together. What kinds of behaviors can we remind families to continue to do so that it grows our kids as readers and writers and thinkers? um, I love working with all kinds of communities and families because everyone is just so different, but everybody is trying to do the same thing, which is like grow our kids.
Yeah. And I think, one of the things I went to a workshop that you did in Rhode Island at Literacy for All that I just loved that you talked a lot about food and family traditions and this rich history that every kid brings to a classroom. And what we notice on the foundation is that teachers are getting less professional learning around things like that. And one of the reasons we wanted to invite you in is we don't have any of us that are experts really in all of these different families that are coming to our classrooms and how we can support them as active meaning makers with kids, right? Creators, thinkers.
I think part of it is families don't know how literacy instruction may have changed. And so
Mhm.
we're thinking as educators, like more holistically about, of course, book love and, grow a balance of all the things or a whole approach of, yes, of course, phonics and foundational skills
Mhm.
and phonemic awareness, but also joyful practice and like multiple literacies, looking at art as a piece of text or looking at the
Mhm.
world as a piece of text. And I think families really don't know that. And so, like,
Mhm.
sharing with families that you can read all kinds of things with your kids. Your kids are really good at doing this already. They can read your facial expressions. They can read, I think part of it is communication.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, and I think it just like it's an unapologetic, compassionate stance of a collective approach to growing readers and writers. Like we really need to think about families as part of our experience and part of our shared
Yes.
literacy experience because kids are spending, of course, so much time at home. They're only with us for so long.
Mhm. And how to
Um,
make that a real partnership. That's what I love about your work. It's not only about let me learn some things and then I take those things over in my classroom, but really inviting parents into this partnership, the whole family into the partnership. And I think there's just beautiful things ahead for our foundation, the more that we look at that work that we have neglected in the past.
That's really exciting. I think it's the most important thing to remember is it's not like a one size fits all. It's not like a worksheet
Mm.
or like we're going to check this off. It's super nuanced. It starts with looking at yourself and what you think families should look like or act like. And if we
Yeah.
have those sorts of biases or thoughts, we might want to check them and unpack them before we
Mhm.
approach families. So it starts
Mhm.
there and it continues to book access and it continues to sharing what's happening in the classroom. I think it's just like an ongoing, long-standing, nuanced process.
Yeah.
So kind of
Yeah.
like
And not to mention that your soon to be released book is going to guide us as well. So we just are dropping into the community network page to say hello, because I think some people don't know you and will come to know you over the next few weeks as we launch into the summer book club, because you're going to help us interview some people and just bring your joy and your love for families and partnerships with libraries and all kinds of literacies. You make me very excited listening to you. So welcome and thank you for joining the foundation.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to connect with the whole network.